Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, a lot of requests for the Zim dollar and what is going on with the Zim dollar. Now, the interesting thing is that I've been paying attention to is there has been a lot of countries attempting coups against their government. So it just really depends on where your government lines up with. If your government is lining up with the World Economic Forum, people are rising. Look over in Brazil. It's funny how all the communists and socialists in our politics, mainly the squad, were all applauding when Lula won in Brazil. But Bolsonaro is saying that, hey, no, we had the same voting machines, the Dominions. And he questioned the election, and now he's challenging it. And then the country is rising up against the results of Lula. We'll keep an eye on that. But Zimbabwe has had some uprisings themselves. I think what happens is you get these countries like Zimbabwe, Vietnam, and Iraq. These are really super rich in resources countries. And the fact that corrupt governments keep the people from prospering is why you're seeing this kind of uprising. That's because these countries have a ton of resources. They devalue their currencies. They're corrupt, and they sell out to the globalists who come in and just strip them of the resources. And people are tired of it. Anyways, let's see what's going on with the Zim dollar. I know a lot of people get pissed out there when I talk about the Zim dollar. That's because Zimbabwe does not have an official currency at the moment. Yes, and not only that, most of the Zim dollars that people have out there that they invested into, it's the wrong dollars. I don't care what people tell you. Do your own research, okay? Them Zim dollars are no longer good. They're obsolete. And I get people going, man, Pimpy, they're bonds. They can't just make a bond go away. You ever look in the back of those dollars and what does it say? You have until this date to redeem them. If you don't, you get nothing. And then they turn around and redenominated their currency, and they have a new currency. And that is now the official in-country currency that's being used. It's not recognized internationally, but it is recognized in-country. So I did a video earlier about the Vietnam Dong saying they're way further along than Iraq is. But good Lord, man, Zimbabwe is way behind what's going on with Vietnam as well as what's going on with Iraq. The governments are corrupt. Their currencies are crap. Their economy is terrible. And you have uprisings all throughout Africa. So people are just tired of it. And you got a real corrupt government over there in Zimbabwe. So let's get into this, shall we? Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link will be down below in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy Silver. Yes, it has changed. PIMPYSILVER. So if you're watching this video and it's an older video, make sure you check on current videos because the code is going to be changing from time to time from now on. Also, I can be found on other platforms. Everybody knows I have my own website, Pimpy's News Network. Over here, I post videos that I can't get away with over on YouTube. Also, I have a group on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. Come on over here and join us. It's free to do so. You can also come follow me on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and Odyssey. The links for all these platforms will be down below in the description. So for whatever reason, if I get removed off of one platform, you could find me on the others. All right, so here's what is going on. Promote use of local currencies, the RBZ. This is something I spoke about before. When countries start having dual currencies in which they use both the US dollars and their local currency, this is a bad scenario because people don't have faith in their local currency and would rather use the US dollar. Don't do that. If you want to inspire confidence in your local currency, you want to increase the value of your local currency, then use only your local currency. So the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe has encouraged businesses to promote the use of local currencies to strengthen its demand, saying this is critical in driving sustainable economic growth in line with the National Development Strategy, which is true. There's a lot of countries that once they get away from using the US dollar, it strengthens their currency. It says while the country is still using a dual currency system involving the Zimbabwean dollar and a basket of foreign currencies, the authorities have clearly stated that in the long run, the local dollar must be the sole currency for all domestic transactions, and it should. The problem with Zimbabwe is they make all these laws and make all these rules to only use the Zimbabwe dollar, but then their own government officials break their own laws. That doesn't help, and it doesn't inspire confidence in your local currency. Speaking during the NDS-1 outreach workshop held in Bulawayo on Friday, Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe economic research policy principal economist Dr. Stephen Moyo said using the local currency will help in terms of domestic resource mobilization for infrastructure development projects, which will save the country from creating debt. So just go to the use of one currency. Again, it doesn't help when your own government doesn't even follow their own laws. He said, and the central bank will continue to come up with measures to back the local currencies. We encourage businesses to embrace the use of local currencies and push for aggregated demand, said Dr. Mayo. The local currency is very important. We believe that the local currency is the key to sustainable economic growth. It is. Economists around the world talk about this all of the time. Many businesses and individuals have been preferring to the use of the US dollar in their transactions, which weaken demand for the local currency. A big part of that is the fact that their own local currency isn't even recognized internationally. But I guess the same could be said about the Iraqi dinar. The development prompted government in May this year to come up with several measures to contain inflation, which included increase in interest rates, introducing a willing buyer, willing seller forex trading platform, and introduction of gold coins as a means to store value. Those coins are seriously in demand. There isn't very many of them, and as a collector, you sure the heck want one. Man, I can't get my hands on one to save my life. The measures have seen the monthly inflation falling to 1.8% in October 2022, which is the lowest since April last year and the second lowest for more than 3 years. Yeah, I would say that's pretty damn good for inflation compared to where the rest of the world is at. Dr. Moyo said through use of local currency, which has been mobilized through various taxes, government has managed to implement several huge projects, which include construction of dams and roads, as well as rehabilitation of some roads and irrigation schemes. He said the introduction of the gold coins has also helped to mop up the excessive liquidity, and US $13.6 billion worth of gold coins have so far been sold. I just want one, gosh darn it. Very hard to get, and as a collector, it's something that you want. So the Zimbabwe is way in the back of the pack. If you're thinking about horse racing, this sucker is 15 links back of the pack. That's how bad it is for Zim dollars. Anyways, that's it for now. You guys let me know what you think, and I will get back at you later. I'm out.